What's up, guys? Welcome back to a third episode of the Real Madrid career mode. Last episode, we left it off with a pre-season tournament win against PSG. We beat them like 3-0 or 3-1. If you remember, they were in the group stage, same group stage as us. They beat us then, but then we got revenge in the final, and we did end up taking the prize money home. It was a good match. It was an all-round good tournament. Gave me a good feel of the team and what players I wanted and not wanted. Now, this episode there will be a bit different. Sorry, it's gonna be more transfer business, more selling players, more signing players. Just gonna trying to get rid of the players we don't need. And we start that with Blanco going on loan to Valencia, a promising player going to Valencia to get a bit of game time. We got an offer here for Lucas Vasquez, a very interesting offer from Arsenal. They were offering us Martinelli and 10k. I was a bit unsure whether or not to accept his deal because I already have Hazard and Vinicius on the left, but I didn't want to get rid of Lucas Vasquez. So it took me a while to make a decision on this transfer, but I did end up accepting this transfer. And Lucas Vasquez will be going to Arsenal, and we will be signing Martinelli, a player with huge potential. And then we went and put Hazard on the transfer list, so that frees up space in case we get an offer for him, and that will leave Vinicius on the left and Martinelli on the left as well as cover for Vinicius. Overall, a good deal, a huge potential player with 88 potential, I'm pretty sure. And then we got an offer for Marcelo from Wolfsburg, another player I'm not keen on keeping, a player I know I could get a bit of money for. We got an offer from Wolfsburg, a 9.5 million offer. It was a pretty easy decision. I just went and accepted it. I hadn't realised, but when I accepted the Vasquez offer, I could have gone into negotiations straight away for Martinelli. I only realised when I got an email from him. But here, we were in negotiations. I'm offering him an important role in the team. He probably will be because I will be paying him more often than he would have if Hazard isn't here. I offered him a 4-year contract as well. I think it's a decent contract for a 20-year-old. Also, you can always just renew him more. I also denied the release clause. Wasn't really interested in having a release clause. I'd rather sell him for a price I'm comfortable with. And then I tried offering a 50k wage with a 50k signing bonus, but he wanted a 52k wage plus a 470k signing bonus, plus a 340k bonus if 5 goals, I think it was. I didn't really care. I just accepted. I just want to get the deal done, and that's one signing done. So that we got confirmation that Vasquez has been sold. 7k has been allocated to our transfer budget. Then we got an offer for a reserve goalkeeper, Luis Lopez. We got a loan to buy offer from Malmo, sorry, and I delegated that option and tried to get an agreement for a loan deal, only 1-year loan. And then we got a big offer for Karim Benzema with Bastonia swap deal. It's a bit tempting, but I ended up rejecting. There's no way I'm selling Benzema. Bastonia would be good to have. He's a huge potential centre-back. I am in the look for a centre-back to strengthen the defence, but not at the cost of Benzema. So I went and rejected that offer. And as I said, Luis Lopez, he will be going out on loan to Malmo. That's a confirmation. Marcelo has been sold. And then this is my transfer list. Lamptey, Boro, Hakimi, Fofana, Godfrey, Konate, Centelles, Pellegrini, Hickey, and Ferran Torres. It's just a few players I have for possible signings. I want to strengthen, especially the right-back position, because I have no cover for right-back, only Carvajal. And obviously, Boro will be the ideal player, pretty realistic as well. But unfortunately, he is out on loan, so I won't be able to sign him. Then we got a confirmation for Malmo. Lopez will be going to Malmo. And then we went into negotiations for Lamptey. So into negotiations for our second signing of this career mode, we went to negotiation with Tarek Lamptey from Brighton, a pretty cheap option, but a player of huge potential. He wasn't my main option for right back. It was Boro, but obviously I can't sign him, so I had to go for Lamptey. I offered him a 9 million fee for Lamptey, but they were keen on getting Ceballos plus 250k. It's a pretty good deal in my opinion. Ceballos is a player I don't really need, and Lamptey, I'm getting a cheap player there, pretty much for free to be honest. And then that deal wrapped up. Obviously started going to negotiations with the player himself, Lamptey, to get the final details done, and he could finally join the club. I was confident that I could get this deal done. It will be a second signing. I offered him a rotation role in a club, despite his agent wanting a sporadic role. But I was keen on giving him a rotation, as he will be getting quite a bit of playing time, rotating with Carvajal. But that was that done, and I gave him a 4-year contract. Obviously, he's only 20, so he'll go up to 24. So obviously, I'm planning to renew him. Hopefully, I'll be able to keep him for longer than that and see him grow into a great player. I wasn't interested in giving him a release clause, even though him and his agent were keen on having a release clause. I offered him a 35k wage plus a 220k signing bonus. But as usual, his agent and him, they rejected that offer. And they asked for a 40.5k wage plus a 360k signing bonus plus 115k bonus if he plays 5 games. Then we got 2 interesting offers. We got a Valverde offer from Dortmund. I was not going to accept that. Valverde is part of my plans. And we got the Vallejo player I just don't really care about, don't really need, from Betis. They wanted a swap deal. So I rejected the swap deal. And I went to negotiations with Betis to try and get a fee for Vallejo. Remember, PSV, they also tried a swap deal with us with Ryan Thomas. But we agreed on a 7.5 million deal. Unfortunately, the talks broke down, so we never actually got to sell Vallejo. But now I'm hoping with Betis, I'm going to try and see if they can give us 7.5 million for Vallejo. I think it's a pretty good offer, pretty good fee for a player like him. And they have accepted, so now it's up to the players. Then we got an offer for Camavinga, a loan offer from Sevilla. I am rejected that. He is part of my plans, very promising player. And then we say that Lopez has been loaned out, the reserve goalkeeper. Then we've got 2 interesting offers again. And we're getting quite a few offers for our players here. We got a Miguel loan. I didn't know whether to loan him out or not because obviously we already had sold Marcelo and we only had Mendy. So I tried delegating that loan for a 1-year loan only. Also got an offer for Nacho there. From Nacho, we're rejecting that. And we got an offer for Hazard. A 58.9 million offer for Hazard. I won't accept it. That's a pretty good amount of money there. Then we also went and got an offer for Carvajal from Manchester City. Straight up rejected that one. I can't let my main right back go. Still have a few years in him, 29 years old, and then we accepted Miguel's loan to a Turkish club. So then we were in need of defensive reinforcements, and I went into negotiations for Ben Godfrey. So I began talks with Everton for Ben Godfrey, a player of good potential, 23 years old, very solid centre-back with good pace, very good to strengthen my defence. So initially went for a 22 million offer to Rafa Benitez. He rejected that and wanted Rodrigo plus 2.8 million. That was an offer I was not keen at all, as I was not willing to let go of Rodrigo. So then I offered him 23 million, 1 million more than I had offered initially, plus a 10% sell-on clause, as you'll see I apply right now. 23 million plus 10% sell-on clause. I thought that would be a good deal. Benitez didn't think so, and they wanted 32.5 million for him. That wasn't a bad deal, but I was obviously trying to lower it down a bit more. So I offered him 30 million for Godfrey. He once again rejected that offer and asked for 30.6 million. I ended up accepting that offer. I think it's a pretty good deal, to be honest. 30.6 million, it's not bad. It's not too much. Obviously, I do have quite a lot of money to spend anyway, but we have signed for 30.6 million. So then all that was left was to go into negotiations with the player himself and his agent. As you can see here, I'm about to meet up with the player and his agent. He asked for a sporadic role, but I gave him a rotation role. He will probably be rotating quite a lot of Militao and Alaba. I gave him a 3-year contract. He's 23. He'll be 26 by the time his contract expires. I hope to renew him more. I didn't give him a release clause despite his agent wanted a 56.7 mil release clause. I'm not keen on giving my players release clauses. And he asked for a 61k wage and a 530k signing bonus, which I agreed to. Then we got 2 offers, an amazing offer from Casemiro from Manchester United, 100.2 million for Casemiro, an amazing offer, but I rejected as he is in my plans. And then we got an offer for Isco, a 26-point-something million offer for him. So then we got a notification saying that the Miguel loan to Fatih Garamguruk, if that's how you say it, has been rejected. And we got an offer for Modric from Atletico Madrid, 27.9 mil. I rejected that. I'm not letting Modric go. Then we also got a notification to tell us that Hazard's talks to Lille has broken down. And we got an offer from Sevilla to take Vinicius on loan, which I rejected straight up. Also, Isco has been sold now to Leicester, and we got another loan offer for Miguel to Genoa. So now, with him going out on loan, I only had Mendy as a left back. So I wasn't looking for a left back. I had a few options there. I had Centelles, I had Pellegrini, I had Hickey. And then that's when it came to me. Maybe I should sign Reguilon. He's a good player. Used to play for Real Madrid. I think he's relatively cheap as well. Huge potential. So I was like, yeah, sure. So then I added him to the transfer list. But before that, we got an offer for Salazar, a reserve striker, loan to buy from Valenciennes, that's how you say it. So then I went into negotiations with the club. So Valenciennes came into negotiations with us for Salazar, reserve striker, decent potential, 60 rated right now. We accepted a loan to buy offer, a 2-year loan, and I decided to do a 60-40 split for his wages. I'll be paying 6k, they'll be paying 4k. And then we agreed on a 540k fee if they do decide to buy him. We got a notification saying that Miguel has been loaned out, and that is when, as I was saying, we went to negotiations for Reguilon. So on to our fourth signing of this career mode. We went to negotiations with Tottenham Hotspur for Reguilon. I saw he had a value of 20.8 mil. So I offered a 32 million fee for Reguilon. I thought it was a decent offer. They rejected that and they asked 46.9 million. I thought that was a bit too much, so I tried lowering the price to 43 million. As you can see there, it was between 42 and 43 million. I decided for 43 million. They once again rejected that offer and they kept on asking for 46.9 million. So I said, okay, let's meet somewhere in the middle, right? So I offered 45 million for Reguilon. I think it was a pretty good offer, and they did end up accepting that offer. So now all that was left was to go into negotiations with the player himself. And then we went into negotiations with Reguilon and his player, trying to set the final details to finally sign the player. As you can see here, meeting up with his agent and him. He asked for an important role. I gave him that important role. He will be playing quite a lot with Mendy, rotating some matches. Hopefully giving him an even amount of game time. Obviously, we're both having a decent potential. I give him a 4-year contract, which take him up to 28 years old. No release clause, even though they wanted a 77 mil release clause included. I gave him a 60k wage plus a 660k signing bonus plus a 1.4 million bonus. But that was it. That was the last bit of business for this episode. The next episode, we have a match against Alaves, our first league game. Hopefully, we get to sign a few players too and sell a few players too. But for now, that will be it for this episode. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.